Identity theft cost consumers and businesses $53 million last year. Nearly 1 in 8 U.S. adults has had their credit card hijacked. It's affecting millions of consumers and costing billions of dollars.
Identity theft, the fastest growing white-collar crime in America. 27.3 million victims in the last 5 years, almost 10 million in the last year alone, at an annual cost to the victims of about $5 billion. Has it happened to you? Yet. Someone you know? Yet.
Identity theft can happen to anyone.
My home phone, my business phone, they had everything.
She said, well, somebody been using your name.
This individual started charging things all over the United States.
My identity had been used to cash checks.
They told me I had 12 points on my social security number. And I'm like, that's not true. So they say your birthday is 4/20/63. I'm saying, do I look 40?
J. Howard Beals, director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection, acknowledged that a fair number of thieves have discovered that this is a fairly easy way to make money. In fact, the average arrest rate for all reported cases is under 5%, according to law enforcement.
The attorney generals are trying to do what they can. But as a former attorney general, I know how frustrating that is.
Law enforcement does not have the resources available to be able to handle all of the identity theft cases coming in. And with very little information to go on, they waste their time.
You have so many things on your radar screen. The identity theft involving one person, that's hard to become the #1 priority of a law enforcement agency.
Let's face it, criminals have the advantage when it comes to identity theft. It's easy to steal your personal information, but it seems it's just as easy to get away with using it. And they can get away with it over and over again.
I hear now that once you become a victim, you're more likely to be a victim again.
Once they have that, there's no end to what they can do with it. It's only limited by how creative the thief is.
It's the most helpless, frightening feeling in the whole world, to know that they may be taking everything you've worked your whole life to have.
Don't think you're at risk? That you're protected? Think again. If someone wants your personal information, there are several ways they can get it. Some more difficult than others, but they can get it.
Maybe you think you're not a target, that only rich people get targeted. Again, not true. The truth is, the average consumer is the most common victim. All you need is a social security number and minimally acceptable credit worthiness to be victimized.
You also might be thinking, I'm on top of my finances. I'd know if I were being victimized. Well, that only helps part of the identity theft problem. The bigger problem is when someone uses your personal information to establish new credit in your name.
According to the FTC, in the 12 months ending July 2003, 3.23 million consumers discovered that new accounts had been opened, and other frauds such as renting an apartment or home, obtaining medical care or employment had been committed in their name.
Somebody had gotten all my information and started a dummy website committing fraud and really destroying my good name.
They had my name, my address, my social security number, all of my information. They were requesting that a credit card be sent to them.
When law enforcement found out what was happening, who did they go to?